welcome to today's live session. Just running a few seconds behind, to be honest, guys. But here we go. We're on. We're live. So today it's just going to be maintenance again on the aquarium. Can't really do much today on the angelfish tank because I have cubensis babies on the left-hand side and angelfish wrigglers on the right-hand side. So I'm just going to leave that tank well alone today. I would get away with doing a little bit of a water change if the angelfish eggs weren't directly above the filter intake. So let's get the water going and we'll start doing the maintenance on this tank. As always, let's start with the glass. As always, I always have a lot of towels at hand. Always advised, I think, when you're doing big water changes. So today we're not going to be doing anything on the angelfish tank today because there are baby cubensis on the left-hand side of the tank and there are angelfish wrigglers on the right-hand side of the tank. Now, I could get away with doing a water change, but the angelfish eggs are quite near the surface and they are right above the filter intake. So if they come off, they're just going to go straight into the filter. So I'll leave that tank well alone today, and we'll have a good look at trimming back all the leaves on the Java fern and spend a bit more time on this aquarium today. Trim the so quite a few of the leaves of the Anubias off as well. Thanks for joining us today. Welcome to the channel. I'm going to try and get quite a bit of the older leaves out of the Java fern today. Give it a good freshen up. If you joined us a couple of weeks ago, you'll have seen that I trimmed back the Lotus Tiger Lily, and well, 2 weeks down the line, it's grown back tremendously, which then gives me a bit more confidence in the homemade root tabs that I've made, because one went right under there a couple of weeks ago. It's doing well, doing really well. So hi Luna, how you doing? Keep up the good work. Thank you, Ian. Thank you. Hope you're all well. Fishy, yes. We are all a little bit fishy in this hobby. Hi Riz, hope you're well today. What brand is my microwave? It's a great question. Do you believe it's a Samsung? Subbed, thank you Luna. Thank you. It's very kind of you. Check out some of the videos on my channel. I'm learning and it's growing. So yeah, hope you enjoy your stay. Nice one, Riz. It's quite a lot of new plant growth in the Java fern. Obviously, they do produce their own little plantlets. Just going to try and take out some of the older leaves. Hi, Dudus. Unfortunately, I can't read what you've put, mate. But welcome to the channel anyway. Hope you enjoy your stay. As I do my work, I drop the level of the water on the aquarium. It is a rainbow fish tank, so I do drop it 40 to 50% weekly. I've run a poll this week on Facebook and YouTube regarding water changes, and it's quite surprising how people do them differently and don't do them at all. Is there anyone in the chat that doesn't do water changes? It's always good to try and thin down your Java fern from time to time just to get some light through, get some new, even more new growth. Plus, when I take off the little plantlets, I kind of retook them under the old Java fern plant that they've come from, so it just thickens up loads, as you can see. So it's good to sometimes just take out some of the older leaves just to let some light get through. This week I have launched a video, guys, on the best way to have a tank set up, especially for rainbow fish. Like their ultimate pH levels and the best temperature settings and things like that for them. So if you haven't seen it, check it out after the stream. Just gonna try and get that air staying down a bit. Hi DX, thank you. I do have four planted aquariums, 2 large ones, a CO2 tank, which is 60 litre. Then I do have a little shrimp tank, which is, I think it's about 25 litres, something like that. Which I'll do a bit of a tour around later on. Thanks for joining us though today, DX. It's good to see you here. Hope you're good. Surprising how much crap gets into Java firms, isn't it? So it's always good to get in there anyway and give them a good shake up when you're doing your water changes, because loads of fish poop gets stuck in there and everything. What fishes I have aside rainbows? So in this aquarium, this is like mainly rainbow fish, but there's tetras in here, and there is some crevensis in here. In the other tanks, I've got rainbow fish aquarium, obviously the rainbow fish aquarium. I've got an angelfish aquarium, and I have the CO2 tank is celestial pearl danios, and there's a few little red cherry shrimp in there, which I took out of my red cherry shrimp tank, which has been set up now for about 8 months and is doing pretty well. To the point where I could actually transfer some shrimp into another tank and get some going on in there as well. What about you, DX? What have you got? Any tanks? What do you have in yours, if you have? I also have quite a selection of. I'll say quite a selection. It's not quite a selection. It's really at all. But I do have a few different plecos. To say quite a selection when compared to how many they are and what other people have, it's not a massive selection. Just got 3 different types. You have rainbows as well. Yeah, they're amazing, aren't they, DX? What a great fish, mate. They don't lose the colour as they get older. They actually improve the colour as they get older, which fish don't do. When they're mating, it's crazy, isn't it? The colours are popping when they're mating, and yeah, it's just something else, aren't they? Just something else. What type of rainbows do you have, mate? Have you got a selection or one type, or? So I have a few different types, but I think from what I have, my favourites and what I have are really like the Susie and the Bozeman, obviously. The Bozeman, obviously, the daddy of rainbow fish, aren't they? They're stunning. But the Susie, when they get the colour, which madly enough is for my Susies tend to get more colour towards like the evening, really, rather than the morning. But they are amazing. I've got quite a few of the dying off leaves out of there today, you know, which is good. There's a handful of people in chat now. So how many fish tanks have any of you guys got? It's another poll I ran on Facebook and YouTube this week. And I started off 1, 2, 3, 4 plus. And then I changed the parameters on it 2 days later to 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and 30 plus, I think it was, something like that anyway. So I was surprised how many people were coming back saying that they had 60 tanks or over 100 tanks, and one guy had 300 ponds, and it was like, what? But I've got to admit, though, what some people call a pond are technically buckets. So that's controversial, I bet, to some people. But I don't know if I'd cross a bucket of water with a plant in it a pond. What do you guys think? Is a bucket of water with a plant and a fish in it a pond, or a bucket of water with a plant and a fish in it? 2 Bozeman and 2 lacustris. No, nice, mate, nice. So I've got quite a lot of the failing leaves out of here now, which is good. With not doing the angelfish tank today, it has given me a bit more time to kind of get into here a little bit more. I just don't want to disturb those eggs and then babies. So, say the crebensis babies aren't really a problem because they're down at the bottom and they tuck away. I've always done water changes when I've had crebensis babies. But the angelfish eggs are right at the top or near the surface, and they are above the filter intake. So if I start taking water out of there today, them eggs are just going to come out unattached from the leaf, and they're going to go straight in the filter inlet. So we'll just leave the angelfish tank well alone today. I kind of have to every other week or every other 2 weeks. I have to miss a water change on the angelfish tank just because of the eggs and the babies. So I always take that into account when doing water changes. So now I've thinned out quite a bit of the crappier leaves out of the Java. I'm going to take some of the leaves out of the Anubias as well, because I've not really been touching this plant that much recently, because it's been quite a lot of eggs in here and the tanks have been kind of thriving with babies. So when they've got hiding places, don't really like to take them away. I'll trim some of the older leaves out of here today. So where are we all tuning in from today? I'm in Manchester, UK. Where are we all tuning in from today? I think we had some from the States last week, which was good. We had India last week as well. Guy from India tuning in. It's just nice to see people from all over the world tuning in. From the Philippines, DX. Wow. Oh, mate, what's it like over there at the moment? What's the weather like? But stormy weather most of the time. Oh my God. So apparently someone has just reported the channel for being inappropriate or offensive. Have I said anything inappropriate or offensive on here at the moment, guys? Don't think I have. Flagged. That's interesting. I don't think I've said anything inappropriate, have I? Weird one. All I can say is, if you did flag me for being an offensive, then I am sorry. But thanks for watching. Scott W. Dude, the tank looks awesome. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. I will do a bit of a tour later on of the other tanks that I have in here. I normally do the work on at least 2 of them, but so I won't be doing any work on her today because of the angelfish. Same wheel goes every week, guys. I do apologise if you hear any crazy sirens that come past here, but I do live near an ambulance station and I do live near a fire station, so I do get quite a lot of sirens coming through. Nightmare when you try to film. Not much you can do about it on a live stream, I'm afraid. Hopefully you don't pick it up, because I have got a bit more noise reduction on here now, so yeah, and it's on, so. Oh, 75 gallon with angels planted. It's getting to the point where I just watch them. I know, mate, it gets to that point, doesn't it? Where you just kind of take care of themselves. I do large water changes on my rainbow fish tank because they love it. The proper colour up when your water's going back in. But yeah, as for the angelfish tank, I just do 10% weekly, and that is mainly because I fertilize the plants daily. So it's always good just to get a bit of fresh water in there. Some people don't at all, and I don't know. I fertilize, so to me, it's if you're throwing fertilizer in there, you do need to do a water change. What do you guys think about water changes? Do you do them? Do you not do them? What do I feed my rainbows, DX? Okay, so my feeding regime's a bit crazy, mate. I like to proper mix up a diet. So I have like a 4-day routine. So day one, I will start with a brine shrimp hatchery, putting the eggs in, etc., and get that running. And I feed defrosted live foods like bloodworm. I think in the mix that I do, it's bloodworm, daphnia, brine shrimp, and cyclops. And then, so I defrost that and I put that out between all the tanks. Day two, I do use dried food. So I use the fluval bug bites range, some little tetra tablets as well to get down to the bottom, because quite a few cories in here as well, and in the other tanks as well. Day three, then I use the brine shrimp that I'd started hatching on day one, because they tend to take about 48 hours to hatch in, like where I am, because I don't use heated water, it's just room temperature water. It takes about 48 hours. And then on day four, I don't feed anything, I just fast them for a day. Seems to work for me. I also introduce a little bit of bee pollen into the tanks now and again, which I'll just put in a little bit of warm water just to break it down. I kind of use that in my shrimp tank a lot because the molecules are so small, it's good for little shrimplets. And it's good for any fry as well. It's quite a fine food for fry to eat on, full of protein. It's quite a good addition, bee pollen. I don't know if you've ever used it. Thanks for sharing. Not a problem, DX. I'm hoping to do these live streams weekly, mate. So good to get to know everybody and what they have in their tanks, and hopefully we'll form a good community on a Saturday afternoon where we can help solve each other's problems. How nice would that be if we can grow a community where we can just all say, look, this is what's happened. I've been in this hobby for over 40 years and there's still certain things that happen that I don't know why, you know. So it'd be good on a Saturday if something's gone on and you say, look, oh, this happened today, and oh, I've come home and these were dead and there's nothing wrong with the water, and people can throw their own little ideas in the mix of what could have gone on and help people out a little bit. I think it'd be good. That's the whole idea for doing the Saturday afternoon streams. In a couple of weeks, I might do a few during the week as well, because I am off work, so I might do a few in the week. Well, I'll just sit and we'll have a chat, just to try and build up, like I say, build up a community in the on my YouTube channel, and hopefully to help each other out, guys. No inappropriate or offensive talk at all, and I've been watching from the beginning. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Ian. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I didn't think I'd said anything wrong. It's like I say, the channel got reported for inappropriate comment, and I don't, as far as I know, said anything wrong, and I've just had it confirmed there with someone that's been in it from the start. So good to know, because I know every now and again a little swear word might creep out. I do try my best not to. But you do get people that have never even attempted to do something like this. Sometimes do complain about you or give you negative comments. Was it? So on YouTube, if you're trying to make it on YouTube, there is a channel on YouTube called vidIQ, and they help you out loads and tell you how to make your videos and try and make videos that keep people interested and how to gain subscribers. And they're the ones to go through. And I do a lot of what they say, so I do try. They always say anybody that criticizes another YouTuber is someone that's doing less on YouTube or not they do. You just tend to feel that way. You've just got to kind of ignore what they say or look at it as more jealousy, I think. But like I say, I've not said anything inappropriate, so I don't really know how I can have been reported for it. Nice to know that I haven't. So we're also giving the Anubias a good trimming out today, guys. Get that cleared out. I do like to Mr. Miyagi the leaves, but today, because I'm giving it a really good going over, I'm giving a really good trim back on the Anubias and the Java. I'm going to net it. It's quicker. Be here all day for Mr. Miyagi these leaves. I'm just going to start the water flow back into the tank, guys. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so that's the water going back in. As you can see, it doesn't really go in that fast. I do it straight from the tap. Dechlorinator, fertilizers, and a little squirt of the old liquid CO2, which you know you only saw half of the air brackets, whatever you call them. But this is how I do my water changes every week. Do you use direct tap water from the water changes? DX, yes, mate, I do, yeah. Straight from the tap, hose pipe. That's how I've always done it. I have the hose pipe set, so I know exactly how much water goes out every week. It's the same amount that goes out every week. And I just add the water back in relatively slowly. I will move the hose pipe about a little bit, but the distribution of water in this tank is really good, and yeah, it doesn't really drop the temperature more than 2 or 3 degrees. So it is a little bit different. I do it a little bit different, mate, in the winter. When it's minus outside, then yeah, I do it a little bit slower. It's soft water, mate. It's actually 0 kH, 0 GH in my area. It's proper soft. So I do add a little bit of buffer to it as well. Okay, so I'm just going to stop the water a minute, guys, because I just noticed that as I'm talking, the filter's just stopped, which is a little bit weird. Now, bear with me, it's done this to me twice recently. This FX 307. Maybe that. Let's just have a quick. Oh no, what's going on? Now, guys, I think we're going to have to take a look at the filter today, which I wasn't planning on doing, but we do have the time, so I will just unplug that because we don't want that running dry. And I didn't expect to have to clean the filter today, guys. So we're going to be cleaning the FX 307 today. Right, I'm going to have to... It's kind of done with that. Wasn't expecting to have to do that today. Right. Right, bear with me. I'm going to have to set up a bucket of water. Okay. Don't happen there. It's done it over the past couple of times. I do a water change. It's not gone. The level of water hasn't gone past the intake, so there's no reason why it should have just stopped. But it obviously did. Strange, strange. So I always have a little toothbrush to clean the filter intake anyway. I do have a sponge over it, but just to give it a little bit of a clean up. This filter was only cleaned a couple of weeks ago, so I really think it should. Shouldn't really have. Let's see. Well, it's definitely struggling, that, isn't it? Okay. So, looks like today we've got an unscheduled filter clean to do. So, might just have to readjust the camera, guys, a little bit. So we can do it in here. I normally do it in my bathroom, but I'm not doing it in the bathroom on cameras. So we'll do it here. Let's just bear with me, guys. I'm just going to go and see how this bucket of water is coming along. You know what? I am going to do this in my bathroom, guys. So just bear with me. I'm going to. Because of the amount of water. When you open a fluval filter, you're going to have to do it in here. You're going to have to be done. Good to see you back, Luna. Brilliant. We're having to do an unscheduled filter clean because for some reason the filter's just died on us, so it's still coming out. Which means I'm going to have to move you guys into here. I don't want to do any work off camera, guys, so I'm going to move us into the bathroom for a brief minute. Best way to do this. Unplug that. Didn't expect to have to move all the setup today, guys, so put in the bathroom. I know you can't really see much there, can you? Just a bit of us. Okay, so that's going to be a little bit better. I do apologise, guys. It wasn't on the plan list for today. Just bear with me. I'll go and get the filter. Okay, guys, thank you for bearing with me a little bit there. So, as you can see now, we're in the bathroom. So, I don't know if you can see that on camera, can you? Take it off for a minute. Okay, so Fluval 307. They are a great filter, to be perfectly honest, but just give me a little bit of jip today. So it stopped running. So we'll have a look at what's going on. Now, the easy way to open a Fluval 307 is when you unclip the grey things there, push down on them, and that releases the top. I had this for a good 18 months before I knew you could actually do that. So, and I struggled, really struggled getting the bloody thing open. So, over there, out of the way. We'll try and get this clean on, done as much on camera as possible. Obviously, I clean all my media in tank water. As you can see, well, that's not that old. It's not that dirty, so I don't really know why this has failed us today. I'll go through my filter media as I'm putting it all back together, guys, and in the order I've got it. It's not even dirty, so I don't know why that filter stopped. I always wring my sponges out in tank water as to not kill off your beneficial bacteria. I hope the sound's all right, guys, while I'm in the bathroom here. I hope it's not echoey or anything. There's a bathroom in it. I'm hoping connection's better this time as well, guys, because I went onto new internet on Tuesday, so hopefully sound and everything will be spot on from here on end. Sounds good. Thank you very much. Yes, I did invest in better sound for last week's stream with the mic that you can just see clips of the t-shirt there. It's good to know that it's the investment was worth it. It's all about your guys' pleasure at the end of the day. Thank you, Ian. Good morning, Joy Fish Keeping. How are you doing, buddy? Nice to see you back. Have you had a good week? Jose, how are you doing, buddy? Nice, mate. We are doing an unscheduled filter clean today because the FX stopped working on us as I was doing the water change. So we've gone a little bit off-piste today. We're not going to be doing the angelfish tank today, mate, because it's got babies and eggs. So we're going to stay clear of there today. So if the filter needed cleaning, what a better day to do it. Hence why the scenery at the moment is the bathroom. Not great, but nothing much I can do, mate, I'm afraid. I'll just, as you can see, still a lot of dirty water come out of that. And I keep that water and I feed my houseplants with it. It works really, really well. So I kind of love it. And we'll tip the water out of there though. Okay, so the media's cleaned out there. So what I do with my media, obviously, the foams for the 307 are pretty straightforward. They have their own little compartment, so there's no way you can make a mistake on how they go in. He says, putting it in wrong. No, I didn't really. But yeah, so the foams go in the usual place. Then after that, it's how people set up everything else. And I think this is the way you're supposed to do it. So your foam's on the side there. So the foam's there. And then, so you've got like a coarse foam and a foam that's not as coarse. And then on the first basket is quite a fine foam. And that will take out the smaller particles. So foam first, then filter media, and there is a bag of what's it called? Some little white balls. Can't think what they're called. Sea chem stuff. Someone will remind me. I'm pretty sure. Jose, good busy week work. Yeah, mate. Same here. Just finishing Saturday maintenance on the tanks here. Yes, mate. Everyone does the maintenance on a Saturday, innit? Either that or you're getting ready to go out and party. Just bear with me, guys. Just gonna go and get some filter floss for that top, and then I'll have a look at working on the I'll have a look at the motor and that. So the last thing the water goes through on this tank before it re-enters the tank itself is filter floss. A good amount of it into each section, and that any small molecules that haven't been picked up through the filtration system will just be picked up on that. And what that does is polish the water. So all good, all good. And that just slips back into there nicely, and that goes back on. Before we go and put it all back together, just have a look at have a look in at the rotor as well, see what's going on. It should be okay. This was only done a couple of weeks ago, but it did play about with me 3 weeks ago, so I don't know, maybe it's time for a new motor. maybe. I'll have to have a look. I'll go down to the shop and have a gander. Everything's clean in there. Everything's fine. It's really well. So I don't really know why it stopped today. But gave us time to have a look, didn't it? So it's giving you a chance to have a look in my bathroom, which wasn't planned. So filter's clean, motor's fine, nothing should be blocking it. So let's put it back together and see if we can get it running. And in fact, one thing we'll just check is the seal around the end. Yeah, the seal's fine. It's a great filter, this. It really is. I just hope it's not on its way out. Okay, so that's the filter back in place. First of all, I'm going to move those back into the lounge. Now I have to reset you up, so bear with me. Okay, so we're back in. Let me just get you plugged back in, guys, and then we're up and running again. Don't want you, don't want the battery to die and lose you all. Okay, so I'll just go and get the filter canister, and we'll see. Hopefully, we're back up and running. I hate cleaning filters, guys. Hate it. Don't mind cleaning the filter. It's like plugging it back in afterwards and hoping that you got no leaks. You know the score. Sure, it's not just me. It gets nervous when he's putting it back together and hoping that there's no leaks. And I weren't like this until my Oazi started leaking on me a few months ago. So it was a bit of a worry. It's laminate flooring in here, guys, and I don't own it. So it's always a bit of a squeaky bum time, as Fergie would have said. Okay. Well, I will just show you. So this is the fluval Roma tank, and the filter comes in through the bottom of the tank there. I don't know if you can, am I showing you that right? I don't know if you can see that. It's hard to see. Just bear with me one sec, guys. Let's see. So it comes in from the top of the tank there, and from the bottom of the tank. So you don't actually see any bars or anything, any pipes or anything. So yeah, that's the fluval Roma. It's quite good actually. I kind of like it, and the FX just fits right onto it. Not the FX, the 307 fits straight onto it as well. I take it, and FX will as well. So okay, so let's put the water back in. This is the bit that always gets you. So water is entering. Let's see how. Hopefully it's working fine. If it's not, I'm not going to be having to go out without a new filter. That is a big job, isn't it? well, big job. It's having to cycle the thing, isn't it? That was the main thing. So where are you from, Jose? Okay, so we don't appear to have any leaks. The water stopped. And there we go, filter's working. Happy days. Ah, it's always a bit of a worry. Even when they're brand new, you turn them on, you're like, oh God, is it going to work? But yes, we are working. If you just bear with me 1 second, I'm just going to go and clean the intake sponge off first, and I can get that back on. I'm back, and there we go. Filter's working fine. Intake sponge goes back on. Just never as easy as when they come off. Oh God. Purigen is what I was thinking of before, guys. That's what I have, a bag of Purigen in the filter as well. Couldn't think of the name. Actually, really know if it does anything. I never noticed the difference when I started adding Purigen into the filter anyway. Okay, so filter intake is now covered again. I will just turn the water back on. Now we've got the filter running, and we'll start pumping the water back in. Yeah, so if you have house plants, guys, and you clean your filter, that water is amazing for them. And you will notice a massive difference as well. And I mean massive difference. One viewer said, is that a gin and tonic? I wish, but I think I'll pretend it is. So the water's coming in quite slowly. If you remember, I have already dechlorinated the tank and added the fertilizer and all that. Josh Goldie, hi there, buddy. Good to see you this week. Hope you're okay. Ah, your mystery snail's just laid a massive clutch of eggs. Nice, mate. Nice. Is it? What is it? An apple snail? That? Oh, mystery snail. Sorry. Yeah, mystery snail. Are they pink? Are they like a pink egg? Those? Or is that? Oh, is that the apple snail? I'm not sure. Bit of a crazy sight. I'll be honest. I've never had it. I did have I had some kind of snail in here. He was called Gary, obviously. The mate's little boy called him Gary, so that was his name. But yeah, sadly, well, see, the thing is, I thought he died. But apparently, they can shut up shop for a few days. So I think he died, but maybe he didn't. Don't know. We'll leave that there. water's going back in now, guys. Because I have 0 KH, 0 GH in my tap water, and because I remove the same amount of water per week, I know just the right amount of buffer to add just to keep everything sweet. And it isn't actually a lot, just do a little bit. But, yeah, I had that straight to the filter intake, if you will, so it just gets sucked into there and distributed evenly throughout the tank. And that's kind of how I do it. I'm just going to take a couple of leaves off the Lotus because there's a few leaves looking a bit tired on the Lotus now. The leaves that I left when I really cut it back a couple of weeks ago, they've kind of gone a little bit, a few holes in there now, so we'll give them a cut back and it'll give room for the small lilies that are still coming out. They're looking, this lily is looking amazing at the moment, it really is. How mad that leaf, wherever it's gone, that leaf, that lily was from the bulb from right over here. So they kind of they do kind of interweave into each other. If you know my channel, guys, you'll know that the Lotus Tiger Lily is up there with my favourite plants. And it is my most watched video on YouTube as well. My care guide for it. Because it's beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. I've got one in my angelfish tank at the moment. And that is popping at the moment. I'll show you that in a bit. God, it is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And it's all because I'm not afraid to trim it back. And that's the main thing with a Lotus Tiger Lily. Don't be afraid to trim back your stem plants as well. Give them if they need a trim back, guys, give them a trim back. Stem plants just replant, don't you? So, but like with the Lotus Lily, okay, I'll cut back some of these big leaves today and it's gonna look a bit weedy, but give it a week to 10 days and it's like boom, looking amazing. So sometimes you just have to take away and make it look a bit weedy for it to thrive over the next few days or week, and having it looking spot on again. So as you can see, I've took quite a lot of lilies away from that again today. But can you see? Oh, you can't see. I think I'm talking to myself. Sorry, guys. I haven't noticed. So I don't know if you can see that, but I have cut that right back. To be honest, guys, I'm really sorry. I thought I was doing it on camera. So I have taken quite a lot of the big lilies out today, but there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 smaller lilies there that will now just got a bit of light coming to them and they're just gonna fly. So I'll put you back to where we were. I don't know how I've done that off camera for you guys. I do apologise. But sometimes you've kind of got to be brutal with your plants sometimes. Trim them right back and they grow back twice as strong. They have a good root, then the plant will survive. I do apologise there. Sounded a bit. I've been watching Cobra Kai. Do apologise. The root is strong. If you don't know what I'm going on about. I'm sorry. But it is a Karate Kid thing. I grew up with a Karate Kid, guys. I'm that old, so Karate Kid was a great movie when I was a kid. So, and the Cobra Kai series that's running at the moment has been brilliant. I'm going to take out a little bit off the second Doris as well. Is that a trim back? So, what are you gonna keep those mystery snail eggs then, Josh, or what? Are you gonna hatch them out? Right, guys, thanks to everyone that's joined us today. Hope you're all well. If anyone's got any questions they'd like to ask, obviously get involved on the chat. We'll do our best to answer them in here. This is the beauty of what I'm going to try and get going on these live streams on a Saturday, guys, is to build up a community there we can help each other out as much as possible. I think it'd be really good for a Saturday afternoon where we can address problems and, you know, put the world of aquatic fish keeping, put the world to rights. Just a little bit of time on the Java Fern today, and it's looking great. You ever notice when you trim loads of leaves off your plants, no matter how many you fish out, there's still more floating. Then you get more out, and the day after you're looking, and there's still more floating. Isn't there? How does that happen? How does that happen? So who do we have in chat at the moment, guys? Who's don't mind saying hello so we can see who's there today? Has anybody got any questions they'd like to ask? Obviously, fire away. Hopefully we can have a bit of a chat for a bit after the water's topped up. So. Still fine. It's crazy. The crypts that I planted last week are doing really good as well, guys. They are really, really settling in. There's quite a lot of plant trimming going on in here today. It's all good. It's all good. It's what's needed. So, once the water's topped up, I'll go for a bit of a walk. We'll go for a bit of a walkabout, and I'll see if we can get the angelfish eggs on camera. And maybe we may be able to get the cribensis babies on camera as well. We'll see, because they're tucked in right at the back. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to show you, but we'll have a good look anyway. We'll see what we can see. That's the reason why I'm not doing any maintenance on that tank today. Let them do their own work. Let them do their own bit of business. Don't want to interfere with any babies or any eggs. So all good, all good. I don't, mate, no. DX, do you medicate to prevent diseases? Pre-medicate? No, mate, I don't. I have read this week people saying that you should deworm once, like every 2 months or so, but no, mate, no, I don't. The only thing I kind of add now and again is a little bit of Melifix. I'll add a little bit of Melifix every now and again. Well, it's kind of what I do. And it might be like, if I see anything that looks a little bit untoward, like if there's a little bit of damage to a scale or something like that, one of the rainbows, I'll add a little bit of Melifix and take it from there. But no, mate, I don't pre-medicate. I only add medication if needed. The only thing I add to this aquarium is KH and GH buffer and plant fertilizer. That's kind of all I add, and obviously food and dechlorinator. Obviously, the obvious ones are obvious, isn't it? This tank's been running for over 3 years now. I don't even add beneficial bacteria to this. I don't feel like I need to. I've done a filter change today, filter clean, water change, and I don't add beneficial bacteria. Like I say, it's 3 years old, this tank. There's enough beneficial bacteria in this tank that it's not going to cause a problem. It never has caused me a problem. So I was in this hobby before a lot of these things were added to the hobby, and they weren't necessarily required. Yes, you do need beneficial bacteria when you're setting up an aquarium, and I'd say probably for the first 12 months until it becomes like proper established. But after that, I don't add it. I've never felt the consequences of not adding it either. What do you guys think? Adding beneficial bacteria to an established aquarium, you'd think you're wasting your money, or do you still think you need to do it? I think it's a waste of money. And I do think the shops will obviously tell you need to add it because you're going to buy it from them, aren't you? But as far as I'm concerned, I don't think you need to. So we're nearly up to level on here. Okay, guys, I'm just going to turn the water off. Water off. I'll just get rid of the hose pipe, put the lid down, and then I'll show you. We'll try and have a look at the angelfish tank and the babies and that. Okay. Just have to bear with me a second, guys. Just if I can put some stuff away, I can set up then so we can have a bit of a chat. That's kind of what I want this stream to be more about. I do want to build a community, guys, where we can all help each other out, can have a good laugh, and generally just build a good community together on a Saturday afternoon where we can help each other out. So if I can just get myself tidied up a little bit, I can sort everything out. Okay, so we're all good. We're all good. Right, I'm going to unplug you from the mains. Okay, let's just flip the camera. Okay, so down there, I don't know if you're going to be able to see these. So we have disturbances babies in here. Don't know if you can you see them? It's hard to tell because obviously they're so light and kind of see-through in colour on that substrate. It's pretty hard to see them. But anyway, we do have disturbances babies in here, guys. So, and then obviously this is my angelfish tank, and like when I said the lotus in here was popping at the moment, there he is. Try and do it so we don't get any glare. And that's the best this lotus has looked at this moment in time. That's been in the tank for just over 12 months, and the mad thing is that plant's just about to destroy itself. So let me just put you back. Let me put you back on, because I am going to have to do something in this tank today. And so lotus tiger lilies send off these sneaky little runners. Don't know if you know about it, but what they send off these sneaky little runners that go right to the surface, and they reach the surface within a couple of days. They're proper fast and they grow overnight. They are proper rapid. And this one's got one going, and it's just touching the surface, and I haven't noticed it. And I haven't noticed it because it's coiled itself round the wood in the middle. So can you see that there, guys? Let me just get you a bit nearer. Can you see that little runner there? Can you see him? Little git. What that? See, it sneaked up all the way through the plant. So over, and then see, this weren't here last night. So this must have been down to this level last night, hiding behind there. And overnight, it's grown 6 to 8 inches and put itself right to the surface. If I hadn't noticed that, all the other leaves would have dropped and all the other lilies would have gone, and then that absolutely stunning plant would have been kind of ruined until I retrain it to to be bushy again, because that's kind of what you have to do. You have to retrain a little. You have to train a lotus tiger lily. Sounds really hard, but it's not. But look at the length of that. Look at the length of this, guys, right? Yeah. So I'll run it along my arm. This is grown in probably 2 to 3 days. And that is the length of my forearm. Look at that, that's crazy. It's crazy how much that's grown. Look at the length of that. It's like, it's about 50 centimeters, that guys, 50 centimeters, and it's grown that in a couple of days. So I'm glad that I'm doing a bit of a tour of the tanks for you, because otherwise I wouldn't have noticed that today. So that's good news. Right, why did we come here? Came here to look at babies. So, if I reverse the camera again, let's just wipe any drops. So, as you can see on the Anubis here, there we go. See those guys? Angelfish wrigglers. He originally laid the eggs on the filter there, and then they moved them yesterday onto there. Now, as you can see, where she is now, my filter intake's there. So if I'd have done any work on here today, those eggs would definitely have detached from that leaf, and I reckon they'd have gone straight into the filter. So today we're steer clearing, because some of those wrigglers are almost free swimming. As you can see, some of them are kind of moving about quite well. So it's not going to be long until them are free swimming. And I'll be honest though, once they become free swimming, I tend to lose them. But the angels are getting better. They are getting better. And then a tank that does need a little bit of work in there. I've got a little bit of diatom algae to get rid of. And this is my CO2 tank. A little bit of diatom I need to get rid of there. The build video for this will be coming out hopefully within the next 4 weeks. I'm trying to turn the camera back round, guys, to me. What's going on? Here we go. Oh, what's going on, camera? Bear with me, guys. There we go. Right, now I've got it back on so I can have a chat. Thank you, Ian. Yeah, it is a beautiful plant, that, isn't it? It's the Lotus Tiger Lily. It is. It's just amazing. Do you trim back the leaves that reach the surface? MC Aquatics, I do, mate, yes. As soon as those leaves touch the surface, well, if I'll be honest, I take them off before they get to the surface, obviously. It's just that one was a little bit sneaky. But yes, I do trim them off. I train my Lotus Tiger Lilies to be bushy, because they can be two totally separate plants, to be perfectly honest. And I kind of like it. I kind of like mine really bushy. Right, I'm just going to set you back up. Or do you want to have a look at my shrimp tank? I'll have a look at my shrimp tank. Just have a quick brief gander there. Turn you around again. And my shrimp tank here, I let it look after itself. That's better, isn't it? So yeah, my shrimp tank in there. I put a couple of shrimp lollies in there yesterday. I kind of keep the wood, but I want the wood to soak. And then I'll make my own little shrimp lollies out of Rapasha. So I'll set us back up now so we can have a chat, and then I can have a look at what's been getting said in the chat a little bit more. I just don't know how to do this now. Let's see. And hi, we're M&C. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you're okay. Whereabouts in the world are you guys? I had them reach the surface in my 310. They get really long. They do get really long, mate, and they grow rapidly. You just find when they hit the surface, they go like a bit of a weedy plant. But I do believe that when they hit the surface, they can flower. So it's one of those, isn't it? I've got a lid on there, so no flower. Might as well keep it down at the bottom, looking great. It is unbelievable, Ian. Yeah, it's pretty mad how quick it grows. And it only sent one up about 10 days ago. So as I've trimmed that one off, it must have thought, no, I want another one to go to the surface. So I sent another one out. That would probably be it now for 6 months or so. But I will keep an eye on it because that was well sneaky. It actually used its other leaves to disguise that. It beat me to it. It just got to the surface. Hope everyone is okay today. I'm going to grab my drink. Lizette Lee, thank you very much for joining us today, and thank you for your kind words. I do spend quite a bit of time on my tanks. The maintenance you see on the Saturday afternoons, I do apologise here, guys. We've got a siren coming past, especially if you've got earbuds in and that. I live near an ambulance station, a fire station, so I do apologise. You might not have heard them, but I'm not quite sure. I could have noise reduction on the mic, but I don't know if you can still hear them. So if I do apologise. A lot of the maintenance that I do on the tanks, I do throughout the week as well. I have my CO2 tank running there, whereas on that, I do the water change first thing on a Saturday morning. The lights come on all my aquariums at 11 o'clock. Technically, they come on at 11 o'clock, but the actual main light, they're kind of on between 12 and 9. But between 11 and 12 in the morning, I have them set so a sunrise. So when they come on, they're barely on, and with the fluvals, and you can set it, they do build up. So for the first hour, they gradually come on. It's fine. It doesn't startle the fish. And it gives you that excuse to have your tank on a little bit longer without causing algae problems. And then at 9 o'clock, I have a sunset, and that takes around about an hour. And then I have around about 2 minutes of just blue light, moonlight, and then it goes off for the night. I don't keep the blue light on all night because apparently it's not great for black-beard algae. Does anybody have any questions? Where are you from today, Lizette? Whereabouts in the world are you from? So while, if anyone's got any questions, a little bit more about myself. I started in the aquarium hobby when I was about 8 years old. My dad had a fish tank, and my primary school teacher brought in a fish tank, and that got me hooked into the hobby. And I've been in the hobby ever since. I did take a break from the hobby for about 10 years, where just life got in the way. But now I have 4 tanks set up, and I do apologise again for the ambulance that's coming up. Got to try filming a YouTube video with this stuff going on. Honestly, the amount of takes I have to do apologise, guys, do apologise. The amount of takes that I have to do on YouTube, it's crazy. And I've lost some good takes as well because of the sirens, so it gets a little bit frustrating sometimes. And over the years, I have kept, I've had cichlid tanks, I've had, obviously my rainbow and my angelfish tanks, I've had piranha, I've had tinfoil barbs. Hi, loves music. Do you have any special way of cleaning your tanks with tiny little babies? I'm afraid I'll end up sucking up through the hose. Yeah, mate, I tend to. So in this, right, so Saturday afternoons, I do tend to do the maintenance on my tanks. And normally I would do a water change and maintenance on this aquarium, on the angelfish aquarium. But today I have cribensis babies to the rear on the left-hand side, and I have angelfish wrigglers on an Anubias leaf, quite near the surface, and I have the filter intake 6 inches below. So if the angelfish babies and eggs had been a little bit lower down and on the other side of the tank, I would probably have done a water change. It depends how high the eggs are. But when I've got babies, if it's just the cribensis babies that are around at the bottom, I will do a water change, and because it won't really affect the babies will actually do good for it. It's a good water change. Will do them the world of good. But yeah, I kind of just keep my hoses on the other side. I never gravel vac, so that's not a problem. And the setup I have is just a hose pipe with a filter inlet to cover over that, so nothing massive can get through there. And I have it set at a certain height, mainly for my rainbow fish aquarium, because that's kind of gets the same amount of water every week. This gets around about 10% every week, but I know where I take that down to as well. But yeah, as for anything special, mate, I either don't do a water change when I've got babies knocking about, or I kind of put the pipe on the other side of the aquarium as not to affect them. Is it hard to keep angels, DX? Are they aggressive to rainbows if kept together? Now, I believe they do. I did a video regarding, I've done a couple of videos regarding tank mates of rainbow fish and tank enemies of rainbow fish. And then I've done a video that I've called The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. And it is about fish that can live with rainbow fish and fish that I find can't. Some people do keep angelfish and rainbows together, and I don't really see a problem in that. If you have all female angels or all male angels, I don't think it'd be a problem. Maybe if you have all male. But if you have male and female, as soon as they start preparing to spawn, the aggression starts. So yeah, I wouldn't put angels and rainbow fish together. They are in separate tanks here, just because I see how aggressive the angelfish get once they're spawning. Once they've gone to the point where they've selected a leaf and they start an area to spawn on and they start cleaning it off, then the aggression starts. So, and rainbow fish don't really show any aggression to anything. Males will spar, but apart from that, they're quite a non-aggressive species. So yeah, I try to keep them away because they do occupy the same area of the tank as well. It's like when you're stocking a tank, really, if you look at your rainbow fish are more surface to middle, so you're quite good there. And then you're looking for decent tank mates, something that takes the bottom area of the tank And I have found crebensis. My crebensis are fine, but that tank is heavily planted. So I do think that the plants, because they cut any line of sight, I think that helps with the aggression. So I do keep crebensis in there. But I think because angels are a little bit occupy the same amount area of the tank, then I'd say no. But it is worth checking that Good, the Bad and the Ugly video out. My videos are getting better, guys. I know someone commented to say that I talk too slow, but sometimes I'm just thinking about what to say. But I do edit them a little bit different now, so they are a little bit faster. Hopefully, they are a little bit faster and more enjoyable. I started my YouTube channel, would have been about 2 years ago now. And I tend to add shorts 5 days a week. I do a long form video that gets released on a Friday afternoon at 3:15. There was one dropped yesterday, and that is the art to building a setup for rainbow fish so they will thrive in your aquarium, not just survive. So that's well worth having a look at later on, guys, if you've not. Eat Healthy 85, thank you for joining us today from Arizona. But it's quite warm over there today, eh? How hot is it in Arizona today? What a place to be warmer than Manchester, I can guarantee that. But yeah, and then the live streams, as I say, the live streams Saturdays 2:30, and we can start building a community up. So anybody got any questions they'd like to ask today? Chat's a little bit quieter today, so if anybody's got any questions, that'd be great. Should start doing my filming on a Saturday afternoon. I always look a bit rough on a Sunday afternoon after a Saturday night. Not that I don't look rough now, but and in this aquarium, I have 3 different types of pleco in here. I have 2, a male and a female starlight pleco in here. I have a green phantom pleco in here, and I have 2. I think I have 2 gold nugget plecos in here as well. The gold nugget plecos were added about a year ago now. Didn't see him for the first couple of months. Then one came out and I photographed him. And I photographed him on the 23rd of December. And I haven't seen him since. So I think it's still in there. I've never seen any bodies. And I've never had any kind of ammonia spike, which you'd expect if 2 plecos had died. But I don't know. I don't know if they're in there or not. I would love to know if they are. But yeah, it's hard to see. It's actually nice and cool in Arizona today. The high 88 the rest of the week. Oh, high is 103. So is 88 quite cool for you? Because 88 in the UK is blistering. It's rare we'd see 88. And I'll be honest, 103, there's no chance we're not seeing 103, especially in Manchester. Stability and Prime. I've never really used any Chem products, Eat Alpha. Can I do a nano tank setup? Dark Side, I have done a nano tank setup for CO2. The video for that should launch within the next 4 weeks. I just need to, the filming's been done. I'm waiting for it to grow in a little bit, just so I can get a decent thumbnail. I'm not at the stage with my YouTube career where I can just pack a tank out with plants, because they're expensive and I have to pay for my plants. So, but I have got a nano tank coming, just waiting for, like I say, just waiting for it to grow in. I broke down my nano tank, I reset it up, it's all CO2, and it looks absolutely fantastic. It does look great at the moment. So yeah, once it's grown in a little bit more, I will knock it all out and take it from there. So yeah, eat healthy. I don't really use any sea chem products, mate. I use Purigen. I added Purigen to all my tanks, and I'll be honest, I didn't notice any difference whatsoever. And I've never used Stability or Prime. When I cycle my tanks, I kind of do it. I do it properly. I do it the right way. I don't use anything that lets you add fish safely. Because I believe is it goop as well. People going about that now on Facebook, and it's something I've never used, so I can't really have an opinion on it. Dark side, what's my favourite fish? Okay, so I am rainbow fish keeper. I do have quite a lot of different rainbow fish. So my favourite rainbow fish comes down to, at this moment in time, for 2, possibly 3 per, actually, really, when I think about it. So obviously your Bozeman rainbow fish, they're just like, to me, they're just the king of rainbow fish. They are proper special. Close to that is the Susie. In the evenings, my Susie rainbow fish proper come to colour. They go like a really bright orangey pink, and they are just so special. Honestly, they're so special. So yeah, the Susie are up there. But I do also like the Parkinsonian as well. The Parkinsoni. Oh, I used to have 2, and then one day 2 of them died on the same day. There was no water problems or anything like that. So yeah, they're my 3 favourite rainbow fish. And then, mate, I do like my angelfish. Got to admit, I do like discus. I'd like to go. I had a tank of tinfoil barbs. I would like to go back down that road at some point to have a tank of barbs, not just tinfoil, but I like tiger barbs, green, albino, normal tiger barbs. They're just a beautiful fish. How many tanks do I own in total, Lizette? At the moment, I've got 4, and then 2 tubs that are just full of plants. I apologise for the ambulance yet again. So, can't really complain, can you? But wish they'd turn the sirens off when they come past. But yeah, mate, I've got 4 tanks at the moment. 240 litre with rainbow fishing, a 300 litre with angel fishing, a 60 litre that has, it's my CO2 tank, and there is 12 CBDs in there, Celestial Pearl Daniels, and there is 6 albino corridoras in there, and I've just put I've started a colony of red cherry shrimp in there. I put what's it about 15, 16. I set a trap in my shrimp tank, and what shrimp went into the trap, I moved over to the CO2 tank about a month ago. And this week I have actually just seen there's a couple of females in there now that are buried. So I'm like to say over the next 4 to 6 weeks, I'm going to start seeing some baby shrimp in there as well. Do you recommend rainbow fish for beginners? Dark side, yes, I do, mate. Yeah, because they're really easy to look after. They're it depends really on your water quality. You see, they like a little bit of soft water, and it's perfect for where I am. My water's really soft, so they're ideal, depending on your hardness of your water. But I do class them as an easy fish to look after. There are some that are a little bit more hard, I think. To be perfectly honest, I think dwarf neon rainbow fish are more of an not advanced keeper level, but definitely not a beginner fish. I do think dwarf neon rainbow fish are quite a hard fish to look after. Am I a dealer or a seller of rainbow fish? No, mate. No, I'm just a YouTuber. I just like to put information out about rainbow fish. If you check out my channel, there's quite a few videos on rainbow fish. It is mainly a rainbow fish channel, really. I do look at the planted aquarium side from time to time as well, because I love live plants. But I'll be honest, I don't know about selling them, but I'd love to breed more. I would love to breed more, but I just don't have the room for that kind of setup. I do it all. The whole thing's based in my lounge at the end of the day, and I don't have that kind of room. I have 2 tubs that have got live plants in there for when I broke down my CO2 tank. So yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those. Just don't have room at the moment. Rainbows, yeah, they do take a bit of patience. The whole hobby, though, the whole hobby takes patience, doesn't it? But I think once the tank's established and it's kind of looking after itself, then that's when you can kind of sit back and just enjoy that tank so much. I love it. I turn my 2-seater sofa around regular and just sit there and watch an aquarium. Water Paradise, thank you for joining us today. And hello, how are you? Hope you are well today. Whereabouts in the world are you coming from? Ecosystem or mechanical filtration? All my tanks are mechanical filtration. I would like to have a crack at an ecosystem tank in time, because I think it's basically the same as how I actually set up my aquariums now. I just have a filter running in the background. I'll be honest, I think if my filter failed, I reckon I'd be all right. That's a strong statement, isn't it? But that's why I don't add beneficial bacteria when I do water changes. And I will just go over, guys, why I say that. When I do a water change, I do like 40 to 50% on my rainbow fish tank. And because a rainbow fish tank's like 3.5 years old, I don't add beneficial bacteria when I've done a water change or when I've done a filter clean like I have done today. Because I am under the belief that there is enough beneficial bacteria in that aquarium where I don't have to go out and buy more. I'm not going out and spending £10-15, which is what, $10-15 on something that I don't really feel that I need. Really don't. Dark side breeding guppies. It's dead easy, isn't it? Guppies breed like rabbits. I have Endler guppies in my Neocaridina red cherry shrimp tank. And they just breed like rabbits, don't they? It's unbelievable. And I just keep them in there to keep any detritus worms down. One thing with breeding guppies is you just have to try and break up the bloodline a little bit, which is something I do actually with my shrimp tanks as well. Even though I have 2 shrimp tanks running now, but I will introduce, if I go to a shop that I've never really been to before and they have red cherry shrimp, I might buy 8 red cherry shrimp from a shop that I've never bought before on the hope that they are a totally different bloodline to the red cherry shrimp that I already have. And I do that to try and break the bloodline so you've not got the same bloodline at the end of the day. You've not got brothers and sisters mating with each other, which I do believe is a problem when it comes down to guppies and any live bearers, because you've got siblings mating with each other. And I know it's not massive for everyone. I don't think it's good, is it? It's not good, is it? Because that's why you get all these bad diseases in certain fish just due to interbreeding. I'd rather enjoy your channel. Finally, a channel that's not dedicated to peacocks, Hampson. Thank you very much, MNC. Yeah, it's Basically, when I first started doing YouTube, my channel was aquarium based, simple as just aquarium based. It was everything. It was just all my tanks, and no one watched it. So I narrowed it down to a niche of rainbow fish. And in really 12 months, so the first 12 months for me doing YouTube wasn't great. I think I had about 200 subscribers after a year. And I gave up on it. And then another YouTuber, Richard from Fish Keeping in the UK, which is a shrimp channel actually. And if you don't know him, go and check him out, guys. It's a proper decent channel. And he kind of got in touch and asked why I'd not put any videos on, and he gave me a bit of a chat and then a bit of advice, and I narrowed the niche down to just rainbow fish. And in the past 12 months, I've gained 1,500 subscribers. So if any of you are subscribing to my channel at the moment, thank you very much. And if you're not, why? Press the subscribe button, guys. Thank you. And the like button. I believe the like button does loads for us as well. So if you haven't dabbed on that like button yet today, guys, make sure you do. You deserve a lot more subscribers. Thank you, Dark Side. It's growing. And I'll be honest, last week's live stream gained me 40 subscribers, and I was really happy with that, to be honest. I was happy with the way the live stream went last week. Thanks, guys. It really means a lot. Because I'll be honest, YouTube can be really disheartening. You set out to go and help people out, and some people want to put you down. And I'll just go back for an instance of today. As you can see, I am quite inoffensive. Off camera, I do swear, but on camera, I think I'm pretty good at hiding the swearing or refraining from swearing. But today, someone's actually reported the live stream as being offensive. So just goes to show how some people will try and knock you down. Do my dark side. Do your other fish eat your shrimp? Obviously, shrimp are the lowest, aren't they, in the food chain? So I wouldn't be surprised if some of the CBDs and the guppies pick off some of the little shrimplets. But all my shrimp tanks are heavily planted. Well, all my tanks are heavily planted, and I'd like to think that a lot of, it's not that I think, I already know that a lot of the shrimp don't get eaten. So they are going to pick off a little bit, mate. But I think if you keep fish in with your shrimp down to like small fish, they can live side by side quite effectively. My CBDs don't really affect the larger shrimp, just the little ones. They may just pick a couple of them off, but it's not something that worries me. As for the rainbow fish tank, I did introduce rainbow fish into there, and I had a Mano shrimp in there, and well, he just munched them. There was I had a nice colony of ram's horn snails in the rainbow fish tank as well, and the rainbow fish went through them pretty quick as well. So certain things, obviously, rainbow fish and shrimp aren't a good mix. But I think if you're going to go for something small, like CBDs or guppies or tetras, cardinals, neons, anything, the smaller tetras, even though cardinals are classed as a little bit of a bigger tetra, but not massive, I think you're going to be okay. M&C, do I want something a little bit rarer? To be perfectly honest, mate, yeah, this tank was set up for rarer fish, and I had quite a few different things in there that you can't really get a hold of. It's some things you don't see a lot of. I had a blue panac in there and everything, and one Thursday afternoon, the tank just died, and I lost 90% of everything that was in there. And I'd say I probably lost £2,000 worth of fish in the space of about 3 to 4 hours. It was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. I broke down and cried because I was sat watching and there was a Corydorus swimming across, and he just nosedived into the gravel dead. Tested all the water, there was nothing. And yeah, it broke my heart. That broke my heart. But I would like to go back down that road at some point. It was just it was a quite a heavy financial hit. Obviously, in 4 hours, I lost £2 grand worth of fish, and so I kind of went. I went to a store near me and bought 6 angelfish and threw them in there, and now they breed. So, can you suggest? I can't pronounce your name there. Editing something or other. Hi, mate. Just welcome to the channel today. Hope you're well. Can I suggest any community fishes? Yeah, rainbow fish. Rainbow fish are an absolutely great addition to any community tank aquarium. Just remember that they do grow big, and they can grow up to 10 to 15 centimeters from rainbow fish. So if you're going to add them to a community tank, then you need to make sure that the fish in there are a decent enough size, shall we say. Neon tetras, maybe I'd probably stay clear from a neon tetras if you're going to have full size rainbow fish in there. Cardinal tetras a little bit bigger, they will live side by side. And but yeah, mate, for any community tank aquarium, rainbow fish. They get great colours. As they get older and older, the colour becomes more intense. They are colourful all day, but they show some really great colours in the morning as the lights come on. And my Susie rainbow fish are more colourful in the evenings. You get some great displays off them. They're fast, they shoal. They school with each other, and they'll shoal with other fish. And when they shoal with other fish, it's just great. If you've got like 10, 12 cardinal tetras and they're shoaling with your rainbow fish, it's such a great display. It's amazing. Hydrocotyle mini plant not growing. What kind of light do you running in there then? Water paradise. Probably a light. And do you have CO2 running? And do you fertilize your water? I fertilize the water column daily. The substrate in all my tanks is Tropica soil. When I'm setting up my aquariums, I always make sure that the quality of the soil is the best I can afford. And I've always just done that. I'm just a believer that if you're going to go down a cheap route, then you can't expect to have 5-star plants if you use 1-star soil. So I use the better soils, fluval stratum I've used in my shrimp tank, and I use Tropica soil. So if you hydrocotyle, it depends really, mate. Like I say, it depends if you're running what a substrate you've got in there. It's always good to use some kind of root tabs every 3 months or so, just to add the nutrients for the roots to take in. And you need to fertilize your water column because the leaves will take nutrients in as well. And as for fertilizing the water column, depending on what fertilizer you use, depends whether you fertilize daily or once a week. The fertilizer I use is daily, hence why I do water changes weekly anyway. Not that I wouldn't, but I would. I hope that kind of helps you out there, water paradise. I'd say it's probably more down to fertilizers and light. What I find with the deeper aquariums, some of the plants that need high light struggle because the strength of the light kind of gets taken out by the depth. Dark side, so you've just had your exams. I hope they went well for you, mate. I really do. I hope you get the results that you wanted. And thank you Thank you. I hope I have helped you relax. And the angels are fighting. Have the angels been fighting today? It doesn't surprise me because of the angelfish eggs at the back there. So they will kind of scare off anything that comes near. And let's face it, to be perfectly honest, me sat here is probably not helping. But I hope your exams go well for you there, buddy. I really do. Yes, dark side, dead easy to breed shrimp. If your tanks, so your tank needs to be aged rather than just cycled. It needs to have an age to it. So if you put your hand in and pick up some of the stuff that you've got in there, like a rock or whatever you have in your nano tank, if you pick up a rock and it feels slimy, then it's ready to take shrimp, because that slime, your shrimp do basically need that to survive, and they will feed on all that. So, but with a shrimp tank, it needs to be aged, and in a nano tank, it doesn't get any better. Before you know it. As long as you've got like a good lot of hiding places for your shrimp, then your shrimp tank will thrive for sure. Empire of Dirt Aquatics, Jeff, good morning. Good morning. It's afternoon here, so whereabouts in the world are you? I take it you're in the States. I hope you're well today, Jeff. Hope things are going good for you. Night for you, dark side. Whereabouts are you? It's like 4:30 in the afternoon here in the UK. Hope we're having a great Saturday. I hope, actually, Jeff, I hope you have a great Saturday, seeing it's only just started for you, mate. Or are you in Sunday? That's interesting, isn't it? Are you in the States, mate, or more New Zealand, Australia? States. So it is Saturday morning there for you. Great. I hope you have a great day, Jeff. I really do. Oh, you overslept? Yeah, mate, we're all good at that, aren't we? I overslept this morning, and that's why I was a bit rushed when I was doing the starting the stream this morning. So who's got the fish room going together there? Is that you, Jeff? Or I'd like to see that. If you can put a link up, I take it you're on Instagram or something like that. I'd like to see that. Dark side, I do not mind, mate. It's nice. That's what we're here for. And the more questions, the better, buddy. That's what this Saturday afternoon stream's all about. Getting those questions out there and answering as much as we possibly can. You'll never bother me with the questions, mate. I love it. I like to help wherever I possibly can help out. What's the beautiful long green plant behind me? So I have quite a lot of Anubias in this plant. I take it you mean in the tank. And there is some vowels at the back as well, but I take it you're talking about, it's just Anubias, mate, that's grown and grown and grown. It's just, this entire tank is Anubias heavy, as you can see there. It's pretty much all Anubias, and my Lotus Tiger Lily. which I have in 2 tanks. Is that the plant you mean, Lizette? I take it you mean the Anubias. M&C, I would love somewhere bigger where I could do more tanks. So that's the aim in time, obviously, will to go bigger and have a better studio. Currently, just doing everything out of my lounge. But in time, yeah, that's where I'd love a studio. To be honest, I would love to get like an 8 or a 10-foot tank and have it fully planted. I think that, oh God, that's just something that's a dream. That is a dream. Right, so Empire of Dirt Aquatics. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Is that? I take it you have an Instagram account with that under that name as well. I will have to go and check that out. How many tanks have you got in there currently, Jeff? DX. I currently have black marble angelfish in there. I'll be honest, don't really know what names they are. There's like a koi angel in there, and it's the koi angel and the black marble angel are the ones that have bred this time around. There's one. They say that angelfish are monogamous, don't they? So they only have one partner. My female angels had three different boats, 3 different blokes, or 3 different male angelfish, and once swapped partner halfway through spawning, which was, I was amazed at that. So she started spawning with the silver male, and halfway through the male went off and in jumped the little white. I don't think you can see him. So this little white angel here, he jumped in on the scene and took over. So yeah, I don't know how that worked, but yeah, that was a bit of a mad. Full remodel, 24 tanks. Wow, that's amazing. I did a poll the other day on Facebook and YouTube, and I put, how many tanks are you currently running? 1, 2, 3, 4 plus. And there were so many comments saying, actually, I have 60. So I re-asked the question 2 days later from 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 40 plus. And there's so many people out there that are running 40, 50, 60 tanks. It's mind-blowing. I will dark side, yes. I will. I'll give you a better view of them all. Bear with me 1 second, and I will. Okay, so here we have. This is the rainbow fish tank that I've done the work on today, buddy. Obviously, you have seen me cut the lotus right back again today. So yeah, that's the rainbow fish tank. That is just, there's Amazon sword in there, Java ferns, lotus tiger lily, Brazilian pennywort, which I kind of weave through the Anubias that's in there. That's the only plants that are in there, and there is the crypts. The crypts at the bottom that I planted in there last week, they're taken, and give it a few weeks, and they're going to be fine. Then over there, I do have my brine shrimp hatchery, which I'll start running a little bit later. My angelfish aquarium there with that super special Lotus Tiger Lily. Look at that. Do live plants actually get any better than that at the moment, guys? Really? Because that, to me, that is special, isn't it? That just doesn't get any better, does it? Thank you, Lizette. Thank you. I do try and keep them as natural as possible, and sometimes I do let a little bit of algae grow as well. I don't mind a little bit of algae. I don't think you're going to find an aquarium that doesn't have algae. But look at that. That lotus. It's only surprising that's my favourite plant. Jeff, I would love to get a turtle, you know. I'd love to get a turtle. I think in time I will do as well. And then there's my CO2 tank, guys. As you can see now, the plants are growing in. I've got a little bit of a diatom algae problem there at the bottom on the grass, which I'll get rid of later on. And to be honest, the Rhinokai Mini's not doing that great either, because that kind of went all across. So I think that's a lighting issue, though, to be perfectly honest, because the Anubius that's behind it is kind of covering its light. And then obviously back to the angelfish tank. And then we've got my shrimp tank there, buddy, which for anyone who was asking about the shrimps before, that's my shrimp tank. In there, Anubius, it's like a floating moss, but that's suspended down at the bottom. There is Java moss at the back as well. So any shrimp tank, I'd recommend Java moss, because those little shrimplets really love it. As you can see in here, it's quite a lot. I let the algae grow in here as well, because the shrimp obviously just thrive in it. This rarely gets water changes. Might get a little bit of a water change, maybe once every 4 weeks or so. And I think if you can see at the back there, okay, so the shrimp in the middle there, he's just moved a little bit. You can see where his back's a little bit golden. And so what they do, that's the eggs. And that's a female shrimp, and she's making eggs at the moment, and then she will molt, pass the eggs through male sperm. At the moment, that's classed as being saddled, and where she's just making eggs. And like I say, she'll pass them and she'll carry them under her body for about 4 weeks, and then she'll drop them. And then that's back to the rainbow tank. I'll flick you back round to me. Hopefully that was the tour, guys. That was the tour. Just set back up. As you can see, it's just me in the house. No studio as yet, but the dream will be to have a studio for sure. Just got the plug back in. I do love that Lotus, Jeff. It's up there with my favourites. Each one now, so I've only bought 2 Lotus Tiger bulbs, but actually each plant now is running, there's 2 bulbs in each tank. They've produced sister bulbs, and they've also produced these little runners that come off and plants grow out of them as well. Something I need to look into a little bit more, because I didn't know they did that. You just have to watch with the Lotus, because they can actually take over the entire aquarium. But they are amazing, aren't they? They are amazing. You know what, DX? It just takes that little bit of time and patience and a little bit of work. But it's not really work if it's your hobby, is it? It's enjoyable, isn't it? I love doing the maintenance on my tanks. I can have like worked solid all day, not stopped. Get home, sit down, and I look at something in my tank and think that needs doing, and I'm up doing it. I just don't look at it as work. It's my hobby, innit? I love it. I want it to be my work. I want it to be my job. I want the aquarium stuff to be my job full time. But a little bit of work, mate. A little bit of making sure you're keeping those plants well fertilized, and before you know it, your plants are flourishing, and flourishing plants will keep that water nice and clean, and your fish will love you for it. Happy aquarium, happy fish. That's the way I look at it. Okay, dark side. So, right, it's a contentious issue, mate, because loads of people, everyone has their own opinions regarding water changes. The rainbow fish aquarium gets 40 to 50% every single week. Now, some people go, "Oh, that's way too much," but when you've got rainbow fish experts like Gary Lang saying that you should be doing regular 40 to 50% water changes on rainbow fish aquariums weekly, when an expert to his level is saying that, then that's the advice I would take on board, and that's the advice that I pass on. So I do 40 to 50% water change on my rainbow fish tank weekly. As for the others, I do 10% weekly. A lot of people think, no, you don't have to do them. Some people don't do them at all. I fertilize. So I fertilize the 2 large aquariums daily. The CO2 tank gets fertilized every other day, but that I put APT3 into there. So because there's fertilizer going in there all the time, I do regular water changes weekly, mate. I would always recommend weekly. Your fish will love the injection of fresh water. Corydoras actually can trigger them to spawn a cold water change. It's quite a lot of fish that a cold water change will trigger spawning, because that cold water change in your aquarium replicates the start of fall or autumn in the wild, and that water drop triggers so many different fish species to start spawning. So yeah, there's those that say that water changes aren't necessary, but if it has an effect on the fish where they'll start spawning, to me it's not a bad thing. It's something that technically happens in the wild when river fish water changes by the second, doesn't it? And lakes and streams, when you're getting rain and that, it's always good to keep that water fresh, in my opinion. Is that right, Jeff? Yeah, that's where I'm at now, mate. I want the YouTube to take off, and kind of want, ever since I'm 51 years old, and ever since I left school, I've done a job that's manual labor, and my body knows it. I ache. I'm in pretty much pain all the time. Somewhere along the line, something is always hurting. So if I can, in my later working years, if I can ease that and start spreading knowledge that I've picked up in all the years regarding this hobby, and it can make money out of it, that's kind of where I want to go. Like I said, I'd love a studio, and that's where I'd like to head towards, YouTube being my full-time job. I started my fish journey, dark side, when I was about 8 years old. My dad had tropical fish, and my primary school teacher, he brought an aquarium into class, and I was hooked. And over the years, I have so from being 8 and I'm 51 now, I've had probably 10 years of that where I've not had an aquarium, and I've had all sorts: piranha, rainbow fish, angelfish, barbs, cichlids. I've had quite a wide array of different fish. But yeah, I was 8-year-old when my journey started, and it was started at school. And my dad had fish before I was born. I think like me coming along kind of may have spoiled that for him. But I got into fish anyway, so yeah, and he loved it. He loved it. I'll be honest with you, my dad passed away 3 years ago, and if he could see the amount of live plants that you can get hold of for your aquarium now, wow, he'd be in his element. He really would, honestly, be in his element. My dad was a really keen gardener. So he used to have fish when he was younger, and he was a really keen gardener. So sadly, like I say, he passed away 3 years ago. But if you could combine those hobbies, oh God, he'd be over the moon. I do. Me and my mum say regular that my dad, if God bless him, if he was still with us, he'd definitely have aquariums now. Definitely, there's no way in the world my dad wouldn't. Nice, Jeff. Yeah, I've still got time to build my empire. I just want my empire to build a bit faster. Oh, I deliver like 4 ton of stuff every day, and I handball it in. So I'm just totally like, body's broken. So yeah, it'd be nice to if I could go to something a little less physical, work-wise now. Lizette, thank you for joining us today, and hopefully you join us same time next week, 2:30 on the Saturday afternoon. If you haven't already, just click that like button if you will before you go. I hope you have a great evening, and I hope you have a great week, and hopefully I'll see you back here next week. Any questions that you have, don't hesitate to ask, obviously. That goes for anybody. Thanks, Darkside. Yeah, it hit us really hard because he wasn't ill. If he was ill, it wouldn't. You can accept it a little bit more, can't you? But yeah, he wasn't ill. He had a massive stroke. So yeah, it was devastating. The whole family was devastated with it. Deeply missed. Dark side, if you're a teammate, you've got loads of time, but try and build it quick so you can enjoy it more, for sure. Has anybody got any other questions they want to ask today, guys? So while there's a few of you are here, so I'm in work next week. So next Friday I finish work, hopefully for 2 weeks, and I'm going to try and do a few live streams in the afternoons on them days as well, on the weekdays. But I will continue doing the Saturday live streams. I will continue adding content every Friday. I will continue doing the shorts for now. I would encourage you just to check out a few of my videos at the moment, especially more the later ones. Get more confident in front of the camera every week, and my editing skills are getting a little bit better as well. So I encourage beg you to go and check out one of my videos and click the like button, click the share button. That'd be fantastic. You have problems about live fish, Dark Side, what would that be, buddy? Thanks, Jeff. Thank you. Means a lot, mate. It does. He was a great bloke. He really was. So deeply missed. And this hobby, he would be like, he'd be over the moon with this hobby right now. He really would. I'll be honest, it kind of hurts my soul that my dad never got the chance to witness the live plant side of this hobby, because it would have took it would have took it to another level for him for sure. Fish lice. What kind of lice are they, Dark Side? It's looking at some kind of treatment there. You want yeah, this is it, mate. It's just medication. Depends where you get, if you can get medication. I know I've actually just bought some of the Escher range. Everyone raves about it on Facebook. So I'm in the Facebook group Fish Keeping in the UK. I do a few little exclusive videos for those as well. And that kind of lets me be able to promote my YouTube channel on there. But if you're on Facebook, guys, and you're not a member of Fish Keeping in the UK, it's definitely worth having a look. And if you can mention me when you join, because you will be asked a couple of questions. But yeah, it's well worth having a look at. It's good. It's good. Nice, friendly community. They are a parasite, mate. Yeah, so you'd be better off trying to get some parasite for sure. Oh, correct, mate. It does us all, doesn't it? Really does. But yeah, mate, you're looking at a parasite treatment, and they're all different. Just be careful with some treatments aren't shrimp and snail safe. So just be careful when you buy, just to make sure that they are, if you do have shrimp and snail in your tank, obviously. So it's come to 5 o'clock, guys. I've really enjoyed this stream again today. Has anybody got any questions? If not, I think I'm gonna call it a day. It's been like nearly 2.5 hours on here today. 2.5 hours the stream's been today, guys, and it's been brilliant. Been really good. How are you not into the Facebook groups, Jeff? And I'll be honest with you, mate. That Fish Keeping in the UK is really good. Any nastiness kind of gets taken out by the moderators straight away. To be honest, it's some people are just like, aren't they? Some people are just nasty, and to me, if they've not got anything good to say, keep them off, shouldn't it? Next video topic. To be perfectly honest, I'm kind of thinking that the next video topic is going to be about euthanasia. And I don't mean little Asian kids. I mean how we terminate our fish. Because a lot of people think that just if you've got a fish and it's struggling, a lot of people think just flushing it down the toilet is the way forward. And it's kind of not, is it? Because it's not guaranteed that it's going to kill it instantly, and then it's going to just lie there struggling in worse conditions than what it's just been in. So yeah, I think the next topic of video is going to be how to euthanize fish safely and humanely. I think so anyway. I've got a few little things up here at the moment regarding videos. But I think that could be where we're going. Cheers, Dark Side. Thanks for joining us today. Hopefully we will see you next week. And you take care, buddy. You take care. Have a good week. Who's this? The Russian. So, Jeff, what's this? The Russian tortoise lady. Is she just a nasty piece of work, is she, mate? Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? What you get some people that are just proper nasty. Say today, someone's reported this live stream today because it came up in the chat. I don't know if it came in the chat for you guys, but it came in the chat for me saying that this live stream today had been reported for inappropriate behaviour. I don't even know what that was, but I have had it from a reliable source that has been in here from the second the feed started, that I've not said anything bad. But someone's decided that they would report my channel today, so really good of them. But yeah, some that I don't get it. If you've not got anything constructive or nice to say, don't say anything, is it? So isn't it better that way? Thanks, Ian. That really means a lot. I know I haven't said anything inappropriate. And actually, I know you said this before because you have been through it on the stream all the way through. It's just weird, isn't it? Get some people that do these things. Like I say, vidIQ pretty much tell you that you'll never get slated on YouTube by somebody that does more than you on YouTube. It's always someone that does less than you on YouTube that will slag you off for it. And you go, well, let's have a look at what you've put on YouTube. And they haven't done a single thing, but they will criticize you for it. Crazy. False. Yeah, mate, there is a lot of false and misinformation on there. There is. You just got to kind of weave through it, haven't you, and kind of point it out where you can. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I've never had a tortoise. Actually, my mum's next door neighbour's got a really brilliant tortoise, but it's just something I've never had. But yeah, there's a lot of people that put misinformation out there, and that's why I always say on my videos, all my videos on YouTube are pretty much everything that I personally do and what works for me. What works for me might not work for somebody else. I do massive water changes straight from the tap. Works for me. Never had a problem with it. Might not work for other people. But that's kind of how you've got to look at this hobby, because there's so many different ways of doing things in this hobby. So thanks, Dark Side. Oh, it's Dirt Aquatics. I will definitely be checking out your channel as well, mate, for sure. And I will be subbing to you as well, mate. Try and get our channels to grow together in it. That's what it's all about. Right, guys, it's gone 5 o'clock, and I'm going to call it a day. So I'd just like to say thank you before you all click off. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for everybody that's got involved in the chat. It's been really, really good. Like I say, I do these live streams now every Saturday afternoon, round about 2:30ish. So hopefully you can join us next week. And thank you, and see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.